7,107 islands. You have given me more than what you expect of me. I attribute the person I am today to all I've experienced through you. And for the first time after 3 years, I went home empty-handed, yet hands wide open, ready to receive and receive again. Beauty in simplicity, joy in insufficiency, hope in impossibility, hollow in humidity. I packed my bags with resiliency, reinvigorated and ready for what awaits in what has become again a foreign country.
I am a Filipina. I have the dark hair, dark eyes, dark skin of a people bound to the sea. Or so they tell me. I am a descendant of a land I have never seen. My ties to the country I am supposed to call my own are made of nothing but words. How can I call it home when, to me, it's nothing more than a photo on a postcard? When I was little, my aunts and uncles would send my family pasalubong whenever they would travel to the Philippines. I would pore over the box, fingers grasping at bits and pieces of a culture I desperately wanted to hold. Saltine crackers, as salty as the Philippine Sea, dried mangoes plucked from the trees I imagined populated the islands. Every time we got a box, my parents told me they'd take me someday. But not to see the beaches, not to stay at the resorts, and not to enjoy the sun. They told me they would take me to see the slums, to see real poverty, to break the shiny bubble I have lived in here for the last 18 years in the United States. But after 18 years, I still haven't seen it. And I work here, with a foolish hope that somehow my hard work will touch the hurting people I have never seen. But while I paint murals and sell pastries and stuff envelopes in the name of charity, the people I am supposed to call mine starve and suffer. To escape that starvation and suffering is to leave our scarred motherland and claim a new place as home.
I don't see why. There's no reason to. It's too expensive. It's too dangerous. My mother's argument repeats itself yet again. Since birth, the decision has already been made for me. I'm constantly told that this is home, that life is better, no best here, that we are American, that learning Tagalog would serve no purpose, and that there's no use in sending what we earn to the Philippines, that we don't owe anything to a country that has left her scarred. I'm tied to a land that my mother wants to protect me from the poverty she was surrounded by, from having the same experiences that she recites with a bitter taste in her mouth. My mother hasn't been to the Philippines in over 30 years. She is happy. She views the diaspora as her escape. I'm staying at home in Florida, holding a picture of my relatives in Manila. My mother breathes a sigh of relief. I'm so glad you don't have to go through that. Even more so than when my tongue struggles with words in Tagalog, I can't find the words to tell her that traveling to the Philippines wouldn't be a betrayal to protection and her sacrifices, that going to the Philippines would help us define those ties that she refuses to acknowledge, but we certainly always feel. We come to America in hopes of being whole.
But at what cost must we break those ties?
How does one define disillusionment and heartache?
I was ashamed that all my closest friends were Filipino. There was strength in numbers, resistance and solidarity, but all I knew of being Filipino was being broken apart. Constantly pulling out parts of myself that were American enough to pass the test. No, I can't speak Tagalog, and I'm the whitest Filipino you know. I hated watching Pacquiao fights, because all I could wonder was why everyone was celebrating a Filipino being strong. For all my experience, strength was acting American, and yet to others, my strength was that I couldn't help being whole. Whole foreign, and it made it easier for them to break me apart, because all I ever knew of the Philippines was that it was a space in between. A space of tiny islands speckled on a massive ocean.
A taste that bridged sweet and bitter. My grandmother told me that Spam, Briana sausages, Ligo were one status symbol to the Philippines, much in the same way that our neighbors clinked glasses and spoke of imported wine. And much like the wine, it is only after the travel that they gain their taste. It is only after the travel that my parents begin to love their home.
We send boxes filled with chocolates, sturdy shoes, and raincoats to let them know that we are eating well, a privilege that we are aware that they do not have. Once again, we present them with a facade that because we have set foot in America, we are finished with the struggle, but the trauma never leaves. My parents are ashamed of their past poverty, being so intimate with the struggle. It is the only Philippines that they have ever known. It is only after the travel that they see the warmth, the trees, the food, their home. My father still worries about running out of food, even though we have enough money to eat well. He's always worried we won't have enough, the next in a long line of ancestors who have perpetually starved. We eat frugally to be sure we save more and more and more. My parents resent me for my privilege. They know that I work so little, yet there is food spilling off the aisles of the grocery stores, ready to be flaunted at the restaurants, doled out at the school cafeteria, given freely with candy and notes of love in my friends' lunch boxes. Food is always within reach. Food is the only way that they know how to teach others how difficult it was. Trauma is passed down from generations. Me staring into an empty refrigerator for the first 8 years of my life so that I can fully understand the struggle. Satiation was a system of rewards until I internalized it. I learned about the resilience of the Filipino, stronger than any corporeal desire, but such a painful lesson to learn. But in this way, I have given back. Like canned goods and imported wine, we can only love the Philippines from afar.